Hey, Coach, I noticed on the depth chart that you have several upperclassmen who have switched positions, not only switched positions, but switched sides of the ball, such as Connor Kelly, who has been the fullback in the past, and now he's playing some linebacker. Could you speak to those changes and the significance of those changes?
Yeah, I mean, what we always say to our guys coming in is, look, you play whatever position you want to play. We don't want to tell you what position you have to play. I think that leads to guys not being happy and not being productive. But there does come a point in time where if we feel like we have some voids to fill and we feel like there's someone that can help us, that we'll have that discussion. And Connor was one. Nick Christus was one. There were a couple other guys out there as well that, you know, just felt like the current position they were in, if they were to, you know, look to the other side of the ball or a different position, they might have a little bit, you know, more success or be able to get on the field a little bit quicker. Now, Connor played a heck of a lot for us, and we plan to play him both ways. So it's not that it's just solely a linebacker position for us, but we needed some depth. You know, we have a young linebacking core after Anthony and Kevin, and Connor provides some of that initial depth. I think we're, you know, it also really raised the you know, competition level. You know,
Right.
you know, as we say, man, we have an inexperienced linebacker group after Anthony and Kevin. And Connor comes over, and then you watch Kevin Moore, and you watch some, you know, Eric Klein, you watch some of these younger guys really start to push and compete. So it's really, you know, it's an exciting thing, and ended up being a major positive for us. Now, you know, I think that although those guys made those moves, they're certainly going to help and contribute, but there is always an opportunity to go back, and we've built, you know, kind of plan for them if they were to go back. You know, it would be somewhat limited, where it's not as in-depth offensively, or if they made that switch from defense to offense, that they could come back on defense, and maybe the playbook not be as in-depth when they're in there, but knowing that they still can participate and still can contribute on both sides of the ball. So a lot of those changes were made, not wholesale changes, but changes that knowing that at times that they can go back, but just give us a little bit more depth on both sides.
And a lot of times it was them approaching you about, hey, Coach, give me the opportunity. I want to show what I can do on this side of the ball.
Yeah, I think it had something to do with that, or we just felt like maybe they were in a little bit of a rut, you know, and we thought, man, this kid really can help us out over on this side of the ball, you know, and we brought up the, you know, we just had a conversation about it, and most guys were certainly willing, and like all guys, they're willing to do what's going to help the team, you know, first and foremost, and then they worry about themselves later.
All right, so this weekend you guys open up against Union. Same as last year, you guys opened up a Union here at home, and it was just an absolutely thrilling win for the Seahawks. Maybe you can speak a little bit about that victory last year.
Yeah, well, I mean, just speaking about Union in general, I mean, it's certainly a program that we respect an immense amount. I mean, to be playing football there for 125 plus years, you know, to 30-some winning records, you know, since I think it was 1981 or 83, you know, facility-wise, academically, Coach Audino for 20 years there, it's what we really strive to be. It's a program that we hope to be, you know, considered in the very near future, and I think we've taken great strides to try to become like them. And we have not been around half as long as them, and it's just something that we're trying to do. We respect them a heck of a lot, and you know, just the way they traveled, from the way their fans were here tailgating, the whole thing was something that we definitely respect a lot. You know, and to be able to pull out a victory at the end was something that we were, you know, very excited about, and something that we hope to be able to accomplish again this year. You know, I think that, again, they're a great program. They have a lot of guys back on both sides of the ball, and it's certainly something that, as we look at it, we know that we have our hands full.
Last year, Richie Edwards, first game as a Seahawk, rips off 220 yards, 2 touchdowns against Union. We lost him at the end of the season due to injury. How excited are you guys to have him back this year, and what do you expect from this week's matchup against Union?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the end of our season last year, if you told me we missed our starting corner, our starting safety, our starting tailback, you know, all these guys, I would have said to you, man, it would be a rough year. And I like where we're at competitively right now, as far as, you know, those guys step in, and those guys, nobody's sitting around saying, man, I'm not the starter, or I'm the third, or I'm the fourth guy. All of them really are contributing and really realizing that they're a play away. They're a play away from getting a chance to be on the field. So to have Richie back is, no doubt about it, something we've all been hoping for and dreaming about since he was not with us. To have, Max Schubert back since he did not complete the year with us, last year. All the way through, all these guys, are it's very exciting to be back intact. We just got to see how this all plays out. But I know that our senior leadership is strong right now. I know that our younger guys are pushing right now. And, as we go into this game, we'd expect a lot from Richie again, just like last year. We expect a lot from Max, just like last year, and everybody else out there. So, it's certainly not a one-man or two-man team, but those are certainly two of the bigger leaders on either side of the ball, and we expect them to have big days on Saturday.
Is there any specific message you want to share about the season, or a certain goal that you guys have, or a certain theme to the season that you guys are carrying into it?
I mean, we just talk about playing every play, playing it every single day. That's something that has been with us since we first got here. We talk about it. We break down after every single rep about it. It's every single play, every single day. And many of those guys talk about it, but the biggest game we're going to play this week is the one on Saturday. That's all we can handle. We can't look too much further into the future or anything else. We handle it week by week, and this week's opponent is certainly, one that, we're excited to get over there and play, and certainly know that it will be a giant challenge just like it was last year. Again, they're very good, but as far as looking ahead, we try not to do a lot of that, but at the same time, we want to make sure that we concentrate on each week one step at a time. So we're on a bus in about an hour and a half here and heading over to Schenectady, New York, and we're certainly excited about the opportunity.